Hey, welcome back to another SUPboarder review. In this week we've been looking at the Fanatic Stubby 8.6 and the LTD construction. Fanatic all started making windsurf equipment back in 1981 and then they moved into making surf and SUP equipment, and they very much are one of the big players in the market today. The specifications for this stubby we're looking at is 8'6" long, it's 29.5 inches wide. We measured it at just over 4 inches thick, has a volume of 120 litres, weighs just over 8 kilograms, and it retails at £1,899. The general outline shape of the board, quite a parallel railed board with a square nose coming into a diamond swallowtail at the back. They also make this board another size in 8.2, which comes in at 105 litres. Both boards are available to ride in a quad or a thruster setup, but they are only sent with thruster fins. The materials of this board, it's an EPS foam core, a glass PVC sandwich laminate with wood under the standing area, and then you've got a Negra carbon, which is a very strong material that you can see through the top of the board there. Who do they say this board is designed for? An intermediate advanced surfer of 75 to 95 kilograms. Okay, that's the catalogue bump. This is the SUPboarder impressions. Very distinctive, bright colour. You either like it or loathe it, I think. This board it's a demo board, so it's been around a bit. It can take a few knocks. It's very strong construction. You can see that because it's quite hard wearing. As I said, it's been around and been used by a lot of different people, and it really does scrub up well. The deck pad is really comfy. EVA cut in there with different colours and striped waves, and the kicker at the tail is all nice and comfy and really pronounced, so you can feel it with your back foot easily. Moving on to the handle, again another one of these brands, really nice deep recessed carry handle. Most of the top brands are going that route now, but it's so nice to have, and what a long distance. You've got your pressure valve because it's a sealed unit, so you need to let your pressure out if you're flying an airplane and stuff. And it also has a windsurf attachment there, so Fanatic's showing their real windsurf background, saying that you can give it a go windsurfing. The outline shape of the board has a nice amount of width right through up towards the nose, which makes it really quite stable to paddle in slightly choppy conditions, and it has a nice slightly pulled in tail, which really does aid to the performance and the turning of the board. Looking at the rocker line of the board, which is the curve on the bottom of the board, the nose of the board has a nice amount of rocker so it doesn't catch or nosedive when you're paddling for waves or paddling out. Generally it flattens off slightly in the midsection, which is producer speed, but then it comes back to a nice amount of rocker at the back, which is going to aid to the performance and the way the board feels and turns on the wave. As I said, we measured this board as 4 inches thick. That is an approximate measurement there, because it's quite a thin board generally. It has quite a nice pulled in rail throughout, and it really does bevel off nicely, and you have quite a sharp rail from sort of just in front of the fins and back, so that really does bite in the wave and does perform well on the bottom turns especially. Okay, let's look at the bottom shape now. We've done the rocker, we're going to lose the bottom shape. So at the front of the board there is a small amount of concave just starting at the nose there, which, as we've said in lots of videos before, is what holds the water. It pushes the board up, gives you lift. Moving back, the concave just gets pushed out, so it's quite flat here, but the rails are deeper. So basically the board is having a large amount of concave throughout the board. It's not that deep, but it's a large across the whole width of the board. Very subtly there is a double concave which starts to come into the board as well. All double concave is where the centre of the board is slightly raised, even through to the tail. Small amount of concave. So by doing that, they've made a board that holds the water right in the centre of the board, which makes it really easy to paddle on the wave and gives you lots of lift when you're riding the wave. Looking at the fins and the fin boxes the Fanatic Stubby comes with, as all of the Fanatic small surf SUPs come in, they come in Futura fin boxes, okay? They are rivals to FCS. The FCS are with the Allen keys down the sides like that. Futuras are with one Allen key thread at the front there. A really strong box that a lot of surfers around the world love, and Fanatic have gone down that route. It's nothing wrong with it, it's a perfectly good box. The fins it come with are really nice, well shaped, lovely profile and really stiff. And the other thing to note is that the back fin is the same size as the two front fins. Classic thruster setup, really good thing to have on a board of this size that proportions really well with the fins. So Fanatic are doing really well with the fins, and we're happy with the fin setup. The performance of the board, the first thing we notice straight away is how easy it picks up little bumps. You can get the littlest of bump, you can keep paddling, get your head down, you can virtually catch anything, and this is probably due to the large concave going throughout the board. When you're on the wave, it's the same sort of thing. It keeps on going. It has a lot of flow to the board and a lot of speed, so you can do a lot of manoeuvres that you're a bit clumsy, maybe you're not so fluid, and the board will keep the speed and keep you going for the turn. At the same time, you can still throw the board around. You can still get vertical if you get right in the back of the board and use the tail of the board with the sort of narrower and the back sort of swallowtail there. It felt like a really good all-round SUP that you could use in a lot of different conditions, from really small gutless waves to some cleaner faces too. So who do we think should be looking at the Stubby 8.6? If you're an intermediate surfer that's surfing maybe a 9.5 or an 8.5 board, and it's generally got a wide nose, wide square tail board, a bit more sedate, let's say, this is a really good board to step up onto, to get your turns a bit faster, to get your board moving faster throughout the wave, to make your roundhouse cutbacks, to do that sort of stuff. It flatterizes your surfing because of the large concave, keeps the board moving and keeps the speed up on the wave, let's say. We had a few other intermediate surfers use it, and you could see their surfing straight away had gone up a level from moving off of their traditional 30 wide sort of 8.5 boards onto this slightly smaller, a bit more performance, sort of still an 8.5 length board, but it really does aid that intermediate base surfer that wants to go up a level. Any negatives or downsides of the Fanatic Stubby? They're only personal negatives, to be honest. I'm not too personally sure about the orange colour, and fin boxes, Futures fin boxes, I know they're fantastic. I'm an FCS man, I've got loads of FCS fins, so unfortunately I won't be able to use them on that fin box. As I said, personal negatives, no big ones that stand out apart from that. The value for money question, well, like most top end brands that have got their top end lightweight carbon constructions, it's up nearly at the £2,000 price point. It's a lot of money. We did find that it is really well finished and it's really strong and durable. It's probably going to last a long time, and I would have said it probably hold its resale value quite well as well. So it does scrape in there at value for money. Obviously we love these boards to be cheaper, but they're all about the same price. So yes, it's value for money for its price point on the market. The SUPboarder verdict for the Fanatic Stubby 8.6. This board will really help that intermediate SUP surfer onto the next level. Help you to complete your cutbacks, get more speed and flow on the wave, and catch more waves because of the lovely rocker line. If you've been using an 8.5, a 9-foot traditional, sort of more round shaped board, this board would really aid your SUP surfing and take you to the next level. If you have any questions or comments about this board, other boards we've tested, please leave them in the comments section below. And for more information about Fanatics and other boards we've tested, visit SUPboardermag.com.